Are you tired of your prayers feeling like empty words echoing in a silent room? We all know that one person who only calls when they need something, right? They launch into a monologue of complaints and demands. It's all about them, and before you can interject, they've said their piece and hung up. Sometimes I wonder if that's how God experiences our prayers. If you're like me, your prayer life might fall into one of four common traps. Perhaps it's become dry and stale. Or maybe you find yourself repeating the same phrases, a broken record of requests. Then there's the celestial vending machine approach, where we expect an immediate return for our spiritual deposit. And worst of all, prayer can devolve into a dreaded chore, an obligation as appealing as vacuuming the entire house on a scorching summer day. When prayer becomes any of these, we inevitably stop. And when we stop praying, it's like we stop watering a plant. Our faith begins to wither, just as Scripture warns us about a faith without works. So I want to share some powerful insights and techniques I've discovered that have helped me break free from these patterns and truly deepen my prayer life. I won't just offer a sterile definition of prayer, because its essence is far too profound to be confined by mere words. Instead of the usual, let me offer you a profound image of what prayer truly is. To me, it's the mutual emptying, a sacred pouring out of one heart into another until these two hearts become inextricably one. And by divine design, one of those hearts is God's own, just as His Spirit dwells within us. There are three essential ingredients that transform mere words into true prayer. Miss even one, and your entire prayer life risks crumbling. I remember them as P, T, T. Think about this. Have you ever been alone in a room, perhaps waiting, when suddenly you sense another presence? You might not see them, they could be behind you, but you are undeniably aware of someone else. This profound awareness of another's presence is the absolute starting point of all genuine prayer. Without it, we're simply speaking into the void, talking to ourselves in the dark. What good is that? The most profound truth I've ever encountered about prayer, and one I can't attribute to a single source, is this: God hears our hearts, not just our words. Let me emphasize that again. God hears our hearts, not merely our words. So can we collectively release the pressure of uttering the perfect prayer or finding the right vocabulary? As 1 Samuel 16:7 reminds us, man looks at the outward appearance, but the Lord looks at the heart. Let's strip it down to the core. What is truly stirring within my heart? When we speak from the heart, we are speaking God's own language. And if we flip that dynamic, we must cultivate the ability to listen to God's heart resonating within our own. Not through grand pronouncements, but through those subtle yet powerful inspirations and movements within our spirit. These are the aha moments of divine clarity that settle deep in our soul. Once we master this incredibly intimate language of the heart, our prayer life transforms. Now let's talk about the profound act of conversing with God. This next point demands your full attention. It is foundational. Remember those vintage deep-sea diving suits? The diver at the ocean floor was utterly reliant on the person above, tirelessly pumping life-sustaining air. If the diver needed to ascend, a desperate tug on the lifeline was their only hope, trusting implicitly that the surface crew would see it and pull them to safety. The essence here is total surrender. The diver entrusted their very existence, their next breath, to the one above. In a profoundly similar, yet infinitely more powerful way, we are called to place that same radical, absolute trust in the one above, even for our very next breath. Of course, the analogy has its limits. We're not entrusting our lives to just some guy. We are entrusting our entire being to the God of the universe. His love for you and me is so vast, so incomprehensible. Our human minds can barely grasp it. Consider these powerful truths. The entire universe, before the Lord, is but a grain of sand, a single drop of morning dew. Yet not one tiny sparrow falls to the ground without God knowing it. Even the hairs on your head are meticulously numbered. So do not be afraid. You are worth more than all the sparrows combined. Yes, I'm paraphrasing, but the truth remains. This is the magnificent presence we enter. This is the one to whom I pour out my entire heart. This is the one to whom I entrust my very next breath. Before we even utter a word, preparation is paramount. Remember, we are stepping into the very presence of the God of the universe. This isn't a casual encounter, it's a sacred audience. Here's a profound truth to anchor your spirit. The degree to which you intentionally make yourself present to God is the exact measure to which He will reveal Himself to you. Let that sink in. As James 4:8 reminds us, draw near to God, and He will draw near to you. Personally, I seek out a quiet, dimly lit space, feet grounded, palms open, ready to receive. This posture isn't just physical, it's a spiritual declaration. Our body is a powerful manifestation of our soul. An open body signals an open soul. Our heart, our very soul, is our spiritual doorway, our direct access point into the divine realm where we are destined to meet God. The very first step, the foundational move, is to enter that sacred space, the inner room of your heart. Close the doors to every distraction, every external demand. Let's begin with a powerful de-stressing technique. Bring your awareness to the cacophony in your mind, the tension in your gut, anything that feels like a crushing weight. Visualize it as a dense, crimson smoke gathering in the core of your chest. Now, with each deep, intentional breath, exhale it all out, casting all your anxieties on Him. Keep your focus anchored on your breath, picturing that smoke dissipating, passing through your lips, and releasing its hold. Now envision the space you occupy, the entire environment around you, the very chair you're in, even your own physical form, simply dissolving. The world, with all its attached anxieties, recedes. What remains is just your heart, suspended in an infinite empty void. From this profound stillness, invite Him in. And just as you inherently sense another's entry into a room, become acutely aware of His presence. I cannot emphasize this enough. This isn't about conjuring a feeling. It's about a deep, unwavering knowing and absolute trust. There are no words needed here. Your mind is silent. It's simply your heart communing with His, and nothing else exists. Now, while the deepest form of prayer can simply be a silent, profound presence before God, if we choose to speak, a little structure can be incredibly grounding. I often begin with, "Dear Lord, I'm truly sorry for..." This isn't about appeasing an angry deity. It's about acknowledging that we stand on sacred ground. It's an invitation to search your heart for those shadowed places, those moments where you've fallen short, with yourself, with God, or with those around you. What are the true blockers in the way of your connection with Him? If the words don't come easily, simply ask Him to reveal them, and He will in His perfect timing. And please, release the misconception of an angry, disappointed God. He is the Father in the parable of the prodigal son, running out to meet us, full of unconditional love and grace. Now let's turn our hearts to intercession, praying for one another with a boldness that knows no bounds. We are all navigating some form of suffering, an internal battle, an external struggle, or perhaps both. This is not the time for small prayers. Think expansively. Envision the vast tapestry of humanity, all those grappling with illness, facing the end of life, or teetering on the brink of despair. Remember the intercession of Abraham, Moses, or Paul. Beyond individual struggles, consider the monumental balance of good and evil that plays out in our world, and within the very chambers of our own hearts. Let our prayers rise with an urgency that matches the profound needs around us. It's not the eloquence of our words that matters, for He already knows the depths of our hearts. What truly resonates is the sincerity of our intention and the unwavering trust that He is capable of transforming our circumstances. Love and faith are the conduits through which He works, not mere recitations. Finally, we turn our prayers inward, for ourselves. Jesus, with profound tenderness, invites us. Tell me your fears, as simply as you can. Tell me what you need, what you truly desire. pour out your sorrows, your joys, everything. I've discovered a powerful truth. The more we articulate our fears to Him, the more those fears begin to lose their grip, their sharp edges dulling until they no longer hold us captive. It's also crucial to discern the difference between our wants and our needs. Remember, Jesus prioritizes our spiritual well-being far above our material comforts. Speaking for myself, we often become consumed with asking for things while neglecting the profound spiritual nourishment He offers. Yet, Jesus Himself declares, "Seek first my kingdom, and all these other things will be given to you." So, after I've laid out all the things I think I need, I often conclude with, "Lord, you know what I need better than I do. That is what I truly want." And after presenting all the things I think I want, I simply say, "Lord, if this desire aligns with your will, then let it manifest. If not, I humbly ask you to lift it from my heart." Either way, we are fully covered. And the more sincerely we engage in this practice, the more we will discover that there is truly only one essential thing we need and desire. This leads us to perhaps the most crucial element of all, gratitude. Simply express your thanks. No need for elaborate phrases. Just speak from your heart, in your own words, and truly mean it. As 1 Thessalonians 5:18 reminds us, give thanks in all circumstances. I always conclude by affirming, "Lord, I know you can do all things." If we are truly honest with ourselves, this is the bedrock of our faith. Let's be honest, there are times when prayer feels like a chore, and often the reasons we give ourselves are merely symptoms. The true heart of the matter, and believe me, I'm speaking to myself here first, boils down to two profound questions. Do I genuinely love God? And do I truly believe He is a living, breathing person I can intimately converse with? A God who not only hears me, but deeply, unconditionally loves me. Because if that belief is alive within me, then what higher calling, what more profound use of my precious time on this fleeting planet could there possibly be than to spend moments each day in communion with the God of the universe? He is the King of Peace, the very embodiment of all I desire, all I need, all I tirelessly search for. And if you find yourself wrestling with these foundational questions, please know you are not alone. It's a journey we all navigate. This raw, honest truth is precisely what we bring into our prayer. So for just 1 week, commit to this practice. Make it your own. I guarantee you, at some point, you will hear His voice resonate deep within your soul. When that moment arrives, anchor yourself to it, for that is the foundation upon which we build. From there, the rest unfolds into a profound love affair, where we are no longer merely talking to God, but intimately conversing with Him.